Hey there, Gemini. It's Amanda here with your November 2017 RuneScope. This month, in conjunction with the runes, I will be using the premium edition of the beautiful Tarot Art Nouveau by Linnea Weatherstone and Antonella Castelli. Then, as always, be sure to join me for part 2 of this video and this reading over on my Vimeo channel. I will be pulling one card from the Fairy Ring for your spiritual guidance for the month of November. This is by Anna Franklin and Paul Mason. The link to my Vimeo channel is below in the details section. Just click or tap show more or the arrow beneath the video. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. If you're finding that I'm connecting with you in my general readings here, then be sure to click that subscribe button. That will send my videos each month to your feed. You can also tap that little bell and you'll get a notification whenever I upload new videos. Also wanted to let everybody know I will be offering holiday gift certificates. Those are available through December 14th. So if you would like to give the gift of a private session with me to a friend or loved one for the holidays, drop me a line at runescopes4u@gmail.com. That's the number 4 and the letter U. That's also down in the details section. Let's get these runes out. See which runes want to talk to Gemini about November 2017. What are you going to be doing, Gemini? November 2017. Gemini. There it is. As always, Gemini, keep in mind these are general readings. That means not all of the messages will apply to you. Some are going to be for the thousands of other Geminis that are also watching this video. So that is something you've got to keep in mind with general readings like this for thousands of people. If you can watch the video for your rising sign as well. That will also usually include some messages that are directed at you, sometimes more than your sun sign reading. Your rising sign is more specific. If you would like something all about you, then you would need to schedule a private session with me. That is the only way I can connect with your energy alone and get messages specifically for you. Just drop me a line at my email address to set that up. I do my readings on Skype and they are $70. Let's see what is going on for Gemini. What are you doing? It's very weighted over here. Challenge your focus. That's where we always start. Here. We've got Justice in reverse. So, there's something that you are trying to correct, fix. This could be a trip, some sort of travel plans. This could be, in the States, we have Thanksgiving here in the holidays. Most families come together for that. So there could be something about it that you feel is off balance, that you has gotten confused. You may feel like it's unfair that you have to go somewhere, or some people may feel like it's unfair they have to come to your house. There's some, or like, why do we always have to be the ones to travel? That's the energy I'm getting here. Someone feels that way. Maybe you, Gemini, or maybe other people in your family. But really this seems kind of minor here. Now some of you may be dealing with like trying to get an insurance settlement or some sort of payout, specifically if it involved a car accident or some kind of wreck or you know, and for many of you, I feel like this is carryover energy. Like this happened before. This has been a long process and you're waiting on, you know, the payout so you can get the car fixed, or you're waiting on the payout because there were injuries. Or someone's trying to say that it was your fault and you're like, that's unfair. So you're talking to a lawyer, you're consulting with someone about this. Justice can indicate lawsuits of any kind. So, but because we've got AWAs here, it could be something to do with travel or something that really kind of shifted or changed your life in some way here. It feels kind of light though, and the reason I say that is because we've got AWAs here. So, I mean, for most of you, not all of you, for most of you, it was just a fender bender. You may have totaled out the car, now you have to get a new car, and they're not giving you enough money to do that, or to get the car that you want. You feel like you should have gotten more money for that. For some of you, this could be to do with a job interview. You were expecting maybe to get called back or to get the interview. And this doesn't mean that you won't, but it just is, it's a bit of a delay. It could also mean though a promotion or a job interview that you went on, but then you didn't get the job, and that's what you're feeling like is, you know, not fair. You feel like you were the most qualified person for this. And it's something that you really felt very lucky about, or like this was the break. For many of you though, I feel like this is delayed. So hang on, we'll talk about why in a minute. For some of you, maybe you interviewed for a position or will in November that would involve relocation, or the job itself would involve travel. And maybe you're not hearing back and you're not hearing back, but hang on. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. And we're going to get to that here in a minute. In this case, the fat lady is me. In the present energy, so this would be the end of October, moving into November. Yeah, we've got the Three of Rods. We've got the Three of Rods. So there could be an element of going back to the drawing table on something. You know, if you've applied for something and you haven't heard back, double check that it went all the way through, because this can be like, you know, redo or do it again. This could also be like, yes, you interviewed, but they're going to do another round of interviews, or we need you to take a test. Ansus can indicate like we need you to come in and take some sort of test, or skills assessment for this job, training for this job. This could also be like you get a job, but the training, like you have to travel to take the training or to take some sort of like training course. And you're feeling like that's a lot to ask of some, you know, maybe it's for some of you, it's a long distance that you would have to go, or maybe it's happening during the holiday or that week. And then maybe it would make it difficult for you to get back if you're, you know, trying to get back for Thanksgiving. So for some of you, those are the ways it's working out. But yeah, if you can, if you haven't, I mean, I would check in with someone, you know, if you can. I know a lot, they make it really impossible for you to kind of make sure sometimes that things were submitted. But if you can go back to the website and just make sure that things were submitted, or if you do have a contact or someone you could email, you could just be like, hey, did you get my application? Or did you get my CV or my resume? I submitted for this, you know, on whatever date. Just wanted to make sure it got there okay. Because for some of you, it seems like there is, it got lost in transit somehow or didn't go through. For some of you, this was a job you didn't get. This was the, you know, and you're feeling like, oh, I don't want to do all of this again. Or maybe it was a really long interview process, or maybe you already did the training, or you talked to somebody, you know, you went on so many rounds of interviews and then you find out, oh, I didn't get it. Or you're just waiting to hear, and thinking you didn't get it. For some of you, I think you got it. It's just taking them a long time. For others of you, there's a new, even better offer coming in at the end of November. So sit tight. We're going to get there. But, your intuition is playing very strongly here. Now, some of you, you may have even had like a female recommend you for this position, or maybe you just really liked the female that you interviewed with, because this is a feminine rune of a very nurturing, nice female energy. So, yeah, maybe you had a friend or female friend or former female coworker who recommended you for this position. That's why you thought maybe, oh man, I'm going to get this, right? Or maybe the person you interviewed with, you just got a really good vibe, like she wanted to hire you. And, you know, and I think that you were correct about that. This could also be like maybe they hire someone else for this position you interviewed for, but then they're come back with, well, we felt that this person was a better fit for that one, but what do you think about this? And the reason I'm saying that again, we're going to talk about the help that's going to be available to you. We've got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So you may have to invest money in something. So again, this is talking about Like I've got to travel to do this training course, or the investment would be I have to relocate for this job, so I've got to find a place to live and, you know, first and last month's rent, or you know, the cost to fly or the cost to drive or the, you know, the rental cars and things like that. So there is some sort of investment here. And for some of you, it may be quite significant. Like, you know, especially if you're looking to relocate to a distant city or even another country, this could also be an investment of time. It doesn't just have to be money. It could just be an investment of time. Like, you know, I took so many tests or I went on so many interviews. It's going to pay off, okay? Because this is coming up as a help to you. Whatever you've invested, whether it's money. For some of you, it may be that you have to miss Thanksgiving. You can't spend time with your family. You have to give that up in order to relocate or move or go interview for this position. Whatever you have to give up or invest is going to end up being a help to you. And even anything that you would lose is going to be a help to you. So again, if it's like you didn't get that job, but you're getting a better one that's more suited or that you would be more comfortable in or happier in, Gemini. So this may seem like a loss, though. It may be kind of like, oh my gosh, I'm spending all this money, and if I don't get this, it's really gonna suck, but it's gonna end up working out. It's gonna end up working out. Same thing if this was like an insurance payout. Because maybe like if your insurance isn't gonna give it to you, I think you're talking to a lawyer. So if you're out there, if you've had a car accident or any kind of insurance situation where they're trying to scam you and not pay you for what you've suffered or pay you for the damages or pay you for, you know, the loss of a vehicle, you know, I think that November is the month to talk to a lawyer about this, a personal injury attorney or whoever you need to talk to about, you know, getting the insurance company too. Because it seems like for many of you, if that's the way it's working out, then this was like a significant amount that should be coming to you that you should not settle for less than. And you just need the right person to go to bat for you. You need a professional, you need a consultant, you need a lawyer to go to bat for you and talk to the insurance company. That's going to bring you a win because you've got invoice here. So it's going to bring you a fantastic new beginning. And, you know, your luck will turn around for the better. You will make this unfair situation fair. For some of you, this could be, the unfairness could be like you're supposed to get a holiday bonus or you're supposed to get a raise and you don't. But it's coming up as a help to you. So maybe it's coming up as a help because that's what motivates you to look for a new job or to make a big shift or change or, you know, to take this job in a different location, to move away. What must be accepted about the month of November? We've got the moon in reverse for the tarot card. So yeah, there's just a lot hidden about partnerships, okay? And mostly we're talking about business here, but there can also be some like romantic relationships, that there are some things going on behind the scenes. And for many of you, I don't feel like this is your relationship, Gemini. So don't freak out. It's not like, oh God, every Gemini is being cheated on. No. Whenever these energies come up, because this is a general reading for so many people, they could be happening to you, but they could also just be happening to those close to you, and you're finding out about it at Thanksgiving. You're finding out someone is getting a divorce at Thanksgiving, or someone was having an affair, or, you know, there's a lot of secrecy, hidden stuff coming out that have to do with breakups, divorces. Now, Gemini, some of you may have been hiding. Maybe you are hiding, you know, maybe you are planning to get a divorce, but you've agreed that, you know, we're not going to talk about that until after the holidays, or at least after Thanksgiving. So you're like trying to keep it under wraps. Unfortunately, the moon card in reverse can indicate that someone may slip up and tell someone that they shouldn't, and it may get out. So if it is you, Gemini, this is something you can change. Although it is in the position of what must be accepted for most of you. Some of you will be able to change this. You know, just don't tell anybody. Don't share it with anybody, because if you or your soon-to-be ex-partner does, you know, it could come out. Also, it could just be you have a few drinks and you don't mean to tell people, but out it comes. So there's this energy. Whatever comes out is supposed to. I think it's just maybe you don't want to talk about it, or someone else doesn't want to talk about it, so that's why they're trying to keep it under wraps. But for some people, it's like they are getting divorced so they can be with a new partner, and they're trying to hide that. So yeah, there will be some interesting talk, I believe, at holiday dinners in the States this year. But again, this could also be financial partnerships. So yeah, there could be, this could be you announcing that you are, you know, you're leaving one workplace for another, again, because I didn't get my bonus, or I didn't get my raise, or I didn't get what you told me I was going to get. Again, maybe this has been happening for a number of years, or you know, several years in a row, and you're just done. You're done with it. You're tired of it. This can also just be delay hearing back, or delay getting hired, because things are going on behind the scenes. You'll find out about it, but it, you know, between the time that you apply or interview and then hear about it, it could feel endless. But they will eventually tell you why something took so long. Because the end of the month, I mean, you've got the King of Pentacles and Rido. So this is, again, you've got both runes of big shifts, changes, leaving one location for another, moving, relocating, travel, leaving one job for another, one relationship for another. For some of you, this could be your new partner, or the soon-to-be ex. But this is an earth sign energy. Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo could figure prominently in either the situation you're leaving or the new situation. Because he's in the upright, I would venture a guess that this is the new boss, the new company, the new partner. And it can also be a female. These are general readings, so the court cards, it's kind of gender neutral in the court cards here. So male or female earth sign energy. So this will be a very stable gig that you're going to. I think that's why you want it so bad, Gemini. Or, yeah, there's a stability with, maybe it's just the stability of the location. Maybe it's cheaper to live there, and you're tired of, you know, all of your money going to rent, or all of your money going to expenses just to live. And this is a better location because you'll have more free money, spending money. But yeah, with Rido there, this is a travel, this is a trip, this is relocation. Some of you may be going on vacation, but this all seems, it doesn't seem too relaxed. It seems very like you've got a purpose, or you've got a goal. And so those of you waiting for this to come back around, this could be the person coming back to you, or this could be the new boss, or the person coming back to you saying, yeah, we're going to hire you. Sorry, it took so long. Or again, as I mentioned before, that gig we put someone else in, but how about this one? You're actually even more qualified for this position. By the end of November, or the outcome of the events in November, because sometimes, again, for some of you, it may happen in December. For some of you, maybe it happened in October. But there is an offer to work for a very stable company, a very fair boss, leaving an unfair situation to go to a better place. Now, for some of you, not all of you are leaving your work. Where you're at, you could just be talking to your boss, or talking to someone, maybe the HR person, about an unfair situation, or an unfair shift or change that has happened that has affected you, and affected specifically your money, your bonus, your raise. Maybe it's a review that you got that you feel was unfair, and you're talking to the boss about it. And you know, not all of you will leave. Some of you might, but those of you who stay, I feel like you will you will get, you will come out on the good side of this. You'll get some sort of restitution, or you will, it will be fixed. There will be a change that makes this situation fair and more balanced. And I feel like you'll be happy with this change, because this guy is somebody who is, yeah, a fair person. This can also be indicating he is the money guy, so maybe he is going to change, you know, take into account what you're saying and give you your raise or your bonus, or do what he can to make this more fair. But that is what I see for November. There's an offer, or the restitution, the fixing of an unfair situation, Gemini. But as I mentioned before, meet me over on my Vimeo channel now. I'm going to shuffle the fairy ring. I want to see if we can get more guidance, wisdom, and advice about November for you. The link again is below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you back here next month.